Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem. Bruchim Abam. Today's shir is dedicated by Rabbi David Levi in honor of his new compositions. Darash David ala Torah. Censorship, external and internal of Hebraica and Judaica. Mazel tov on your new chiburim. Tizka lahaschel l'sayim sfarim achirim. Okay, today we're going to speak about, in the first offering, Chodesh Kisleiv. We know that every Jewish month has a permutation of the Shem Havaya that is associated with that month. There are 12 permutations of the Shem Havaya. There are 12 ways to configure the Yud Kei Vav Kei. And the permutation that corresponds to Chodesh Kisleiv is Vav Yud Hey Hey. Yeah? Many Sidurim have this morning, when you say the words Baruch Atah Hashem, Mekadesh Yisrael, Barashe Chadashim, when you said that Shem Havaya, you think that Shem Havaya configured Vav Yud Hey Hey. Yeah? In the Siddur Masik Medvash, in the Nusach Svard of the Art Scroll, they have it. Vav Yud Hey Hey, it comes from the pasuk Vayar Yoshev Haaretz Haknani. Vayar Yoshev Haaretz Haknani. And the question is, why do we, what is the connection between that configuration of the Shem Havaya and Chodesh Kisleiv? So actually last night, gave a short clip. That configuration speaks about when the Canaanim saw the burial of Yaakov Avinu in the Ma'aras HaMachpelah. Now, what day of the year did Yaakov Avinu pass away? He passed away on Sukkot. What day was he buried? Well, the embalming was 40 days, and then the Avelos was 30 days. It was 70 days later, so he was buried on Chanukah. So this time of the year, this month, is when Vayar Yoshev Haaretz Haknani. So that was one explanation for this particular configuration. Today we're going to learn Dvarim Neflaim from the Sefer Tzvi Latzadik of the Bluzhover Rebbe. Okay? It says as follows. In the Sefer HaYitzira, and the Bnei Yissaschar brings this down as well, every Jewish month is associated with a particular letter. What letter is associated with the month of Kisleiv? Remember this? Himlich Ois Samach. Hashem crowned the letter Samach. We pointed out, therefore, in this week's parsha, V'Yitzchak ben Shishim Shana Beledes Oisam. This is the year. This is the month of 60. Okay, that's why we have bagels today, because the bagel is a Samach, and this is the month of Samach. So you say we always have bagels. That's why we also have pancakes. Pancakes are also the Ois Samach. That's the Kabbalistic symbolism of eating pancakes on Rosh Chodesh Kisleiv. You don't have to eat them. Some people just say, Ein lanu reshus lehishtamesh bahem ela leroisam belvad. But even so, the Ois Samach is connected to the letter, to the month of Kisleiv. What is the connection between the Samach and Kisleiv? This is unbelievable. And you know, there's a particular function of the body that is associated with every month of the year. The function associated with Kisleiv is Shena, sleep. That's why Friday night I noticed that during my drasha, a lot of people were very zaras to be Mekayim, Himlich Ois Samach B'Shena, sleep. There's an Indian to be, a lot of people were very tired this morning. Did you feel extra tired this morning? I felt extra tired. Why? Himlich Ois Samach B'Shena. Fine. So what's the difference, what's the connection between Kisleiv and the letter Samach? Okay, this is Oyam and Oira. There's a very big discussion. We know that the Ramban finds great fault with the Chashmonaim, that they usurped the Melucha from the Malchus Beis David. We know there's a rule, La Yasser Sheva Mi Yehuda, and Malchus always has to rest in the family of David HaMelech. And because the Chashmonaim took over the Melucha, they were wiped out to a man. That's why the Gemara Bava Basra says that the last remaining daughter jumped off the roof, and she says, from now on, if anyone says they're from Chashmonaim, they're lying, because I'm the last remaining one, right? Hordis had his eye on a certain woman, and she jumped off the roof, and she said, I'm the last one, and she killed herself. So there was a taina on the Chashmonaim that they usurped the Melucha. But in any event, the Chashmonaim were great tzaddikim. Why did they do such a thing? Why did they take over the Melucha? By the way, the Abarbanel learns that they were not criticized. there was nothing wrong with what the Chashmonaim did. And other Rishonim, the Ran, also learns there was nothing wrong with what they did. Why did they do that? So we come to an amazing Gemara in Megillah on Daf Yud Aleph. I'm sure you remember the basics of this Gemara. The Gemara tells us that Hashem vouchsafed that He would never destroy us, He would never allow us to vanish. And the pasuk says like this: Loi me'astim v'loi ga'altim l'chaloisam lahafer brisi itam. And the Gemara darshans, Loi me'astim bimei Yavanim. I was not disgusted with them in the times of the Greeks. V'loi ga'altim, I was not repelled by them, bimei Nebuchadnezzar. L'chaloisam, to destroy them, bimei Haman. Now, the girsa that we have here is very reasonable. Why? L'chaloisam is appropriate for the times of Haman. Haman wanted lashmid, laroig, ula abed. So, loy l'chaloisam was bimei Haman, that Hashem did not allow us to be destroyed. The Marsha has a different girsa in this Gemara. The Marsha's girsa in this Gemara is l'chaloisam bimei Yavanim. Hashem didn't allow us to be destroyed in the times of the Yavanim. So the Bluzhover Rebbe asks, that's very bizarre, because the Yavanim didn't want to destroy us. The Yavanim only wanted to take away our religion. They only wanted, right? Not lahashmin or lahashmin larigoli abed. They just wanted lechalel. They wanted to profane. They wanted lahashkicham toirasecha. So how could you read the Gemara? Lechaloisam is going on the Yavanim. So the Bluzhover Rebbe has an amazing discovery. Okay, you ready for this? Kaloisam is perfectly appropriate to the Yavanim. We know the purpose of the world, the purpose of the Bria, is that through the medium of the Jewish people, Hashem's Malchus will be recognized in the world. And if there is no Israel, if there is no Klal Yisrael, then the world has no purpose. The world has no reason to exist. The function of the Jewish people is that through us and through the Malchus Beis David, it allows God's Malchus to be recognized in the world. So the job of the Jewish people is we are the medium through which Hashem's Malchus is recognized. Without us, there's no purpose of creation. So the Yavanim who wanted to take away from us Torah mitzvahs, they were being mevatel Malchus. If you rearrange the letters Malchus, you get Kaloisam. Okay? If you rearrange the letters Kaf, Lamed, Vav, Taf, Mem, you get Kaloisam. Malchus and Kaloisam are the same letters. So since the Yavanim wanted Lahashkicham Tarasecha Ulhavir Mechu Keretzeinecha, they wanted to remove Malchus. So what they were trying to do is called Kaloisam. So v'loi chaloisam, God did not allow us to be kaloisam when? Bimei Yavanim. So therefore, when the Chashmonaim came back to power, they wanted to ensure that what was restored? The Malchus of Hashem. After all, the Yavanim were trying kaloisam. They wanted Hashem's Malchus not to be recognized. So the job of the Yavanim was to restore Malchus. So therefore the Chashmonaim took into their hands to establish Malchus, because through Malchus Yisrael, we'll be able to recognize in the world Malchus Shamayim. Okay, you ready for this? Everyone and their third cousin explains on the pasuk that we're going to read in Parshas V'Halois on the last day of Chanukah. Vayas Kain Aaron. When Aaron lit the menorah, what does Rashi say? Melamed Shivchai Shal Aaron Shaloi Shina. Aaron did not deviate. What did he not deviate from? Through Aaron, we know that the Ramban says Aaron's lighting the menorah was a prophecy of the future chinuch of the Chashmonaim. Through the Chashmonaim, they did not deviate the word Malchus to become Kaloisam. That's the meaning of Rashi. Melamed Shivchai Shal Aaron Shaloi Shina. They didn't allow the word Malchus to become Kaloisam. In fact, the Gematria of the words Vayas Kain Aaron are the same as Malchus Yira, which is the Nakuda of Moira Malchus. Okay, you ready? You ready for this? So basically what happened this month? The Yavanim wanted to remove Malchus Yisrael and Malchus Shamayim, and thereby doing so, they were going to turn around the letters of Malchus to what? Kaloisam. And the job of the Chashmonaim was to turn back Kaloisam to Malchus. What Hebrew letter means sivuv, to turn around? What Hebrew letter implies lehasev, to turn things around? The letter itself is the image of turning something around. The Samech. Samech means to turn something around, lehasev. So the job of this month was to take the letters kalu, destroy, and to turn it around. So therefore the name of this month is we take the Samech, we stick it into kalu, and we turn around kalu, and we turn it back to Malchus. Therefore the name of this month, says the Bluzhover Rebbe, is Kisleiv. Kisleiv is kalu, with the Samech injected, to turn back Kaloisam to Malchus. Therefore, this month is associated with Shena. Shena could also mean turning it around. So this month is Himlich Oy Samach B'Shena. God gave power to letter of Samach to turn Kalu back, which was Nishtaneh to Kaloisam. God allowed the Oy Samach to turn back Kalu to Kisleiv, back to Malchus. And that's why we had pancakes this morning to be mechazek the Oy Samach. Okay? That's why in Ashrei we say, Malchuscha, Malchus kol olamim, Malchus? What cut? You want Malchus? Samach, Samech Hashem l'cha nefun. Now, that's why the permutation of this month is Vayar Yoshev Haaretz Haknani. Why? Eretz Canaan in Kabbalah is referred to as Malchus. In fact, the Gematria of Eretz HaKanaani is Malchus, and therefore the permutation of this month comes from Vayar Yoshev Haaretz Haknani. Another idea is we know that the word Chanukah is a reference to the fact that this month is the chinuch for the Geula Ha'asida. So therefore it is associated with Vayar Yoshev Haaretz Haknani, that this month we begin the process of settling Eretz Canaan, Eretz Yisrael. Okay, now, this is out of this world. This is out of this world. Question, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's the first month of the Jewish year? Nisan. Very good. Excellent. I'm glad you had a Jewish elementary education. What's the first day of the year? Rosh Hashanah. The first day of Tishrei. They learned that in Darche? Yeah, good. That the first month of the year is Nisan, and the first day of the year is Rosh Hashanah. In other words, Nisan is HaChodesh Hazel Lochem Rosh Chodashim. It's the first month, but it's not the beginning of days. When do the days begin? The days begin in Tishrei. The months begin in Nisan. Okay? Fine. Now, what's the 60th day of the year? Today. Rosh Chodesh Kisleiv. It's the 60th day of the year. The first month is Tishrei. The second month is Cheshvan. The 60th day is Rosh Chodesh Nisan. So it's called Kisleiv. Samach, the 60th day, and Kaf Lamed Vav is Gematria Yom, the 60th day. Kisleiv begins the 60th day of the year. You got that? So you have the letter Samach in Kisleiv, that's the number 60, and then Kaf Lamed Vav, 56, Gematria Yom. By the way, you know what else we do this year? This month, we start saying V'sein Talumat Elvracha. When do we start saying V'sein Talumat Elvracha? Anybody know the halacha? It's a halacha. It's a Gemara in Tainis Daf Yud. It's Paskin and Shulchan Aruch. The 60th day of the Tekufa. Therefore, this month, Himlech Ois Samach. God gave power to the letter 60 because this month begins the 60th day of the year. It also is the first day that we begin to say V'sein Talumat Elvracha on the 60th day of the Tekufa. One more idea, another reason why this month is associated with the pasuk, Vayar Yoshev Haaretz Haknani. By the way, this is not the only pasuk in the Chumash that you have Vav, Yud, Hey, Hey. Why do we dafka pick this pasuk? We could have picked many psukim that have the letters Vav, Yud, Hey, Hey. The Zohar says that why did Yaakov Avinu run away to Lavan? Because why did he run away from Lavan? He already had 10 kids in Chutz Aretz. He wanted to have some kids in Eretz Yisrael. He wanted to have at least one kid in Eretz Yisrael. So Binyamin, Yaakov Avinu ran away to be able to have Binyamin in Eretz Canaan. The Gematria of Binyamin with Yisoid Rachel is the same as Eretz Canaan. So therefore this month, Chodesh Kisleiv, anybody know which Shevet is associated with this month? Binyamin. So therefore, it comes from the pasuk Vayar Yoshev Haaretz Haknani, because Eretz Canaan is numerically valued as Binyamin together with Yisoid Rachel. Bottom line is that the month of Kislev begins the 60th day of the year. So Kislev is 60 plus Yom. It also is the month that we begin to say V'sein Talamat Levracha. Also, the Samech represents that we took Kalu and we turned it around. We turned around Malchus. We turned around Kaloisam to Malchus. And that's one of the reasons why the Chashmonaim restored the Melucha. By the way, maybe that's why the Rambam writes in Hilchos Chanukah that the Chashmonaim restored Malchus to Yisrael 200 years. Why is that relevant to the Yom Tov of Chanukah? Because part of the Simcha of Chanukah is they wanted to destroy us. How? By destroying Malchus Yisrael. So the restoration of Malchus Yisrael is part of the Simcha of Chanukah. Okay? That's offering number one. I want to share with you a very interesting halacha for Rosh Chodesh.